Well, aren't we for a treat? And now we have got 2 hours of the amazing, the legendary now, John Lovewood. Hello, how are you?
Hello. So I was laughing at that.
No, but it's true.
No,
because can I say a little bit of a story? I remember watching you before we became friends, watching you on TV, and you were one of these demonstrators and crafters that really kind of, and I'd say this, but you explain everything so clearly and so passionately as well.
Thank you. I mean, I try to. I remember watching, I've said this so many times, but I remember sitting in Spain,
yes,
in my little craft room with the air conditioning on full and the windows closed, and watching some craft channel.
Yeah.
And I was watching it, and they didn't show how it was done. It was like, you do this, you do this, you do this, you do this, isn't this pretty?
Yeah.
And I said to myself, do you know what, I could do that.
Yeah.
And if I'd do that, I'd show people how to break it down. And we fast forward, 2 or 3 years, and I was lucky enough to be given the opportunity. And I remembered that. And I always said, I sat at home wanting to know, how did you do that? Not just, isn't it pretty? So I kind of had to put my money where my mouth is, because I was sort of, only to myself, thankfully, but said, if I did that, I'd do it differently.
I do, definitely, and you do, and we have got 2 hours of John at this hour, and it's all about play, it's all about learning different products. Of course, we are featuring Izinks, different sprays, different inks, different paints. Email in any questions to John, studio@thecraftstore.com. That's the email address. We will try to put any questions or any emails through John. And it's all about experimenting, getting the know-how to. And one thing that I would say is like this counter is full of color, full of different mediums. But don't be afraid, because John is going to show you how to use it. The first item is we are already busy for them, is the Izink pink sprays, a pigment set of a spray. You are getting 8 in here, the Dahlia Stencil. You are getting the Avacynth, the Coal, the Grey, the Skies, the Cashew, and the Eucalyptus. Now, textile pigment sprays. John, what do we do with them? What
we do with these, and this is the whole thing I wanted to do this show. I love colour, but I look and I sit in awe of people who do, the amazing background.
Yes.
Leonie.
Yeah,
I watch Leonie,
yeah.
and she's like, we'll slap a bit of this on and we'll put some tissue paper over and we'll clean our stencil off. And I absolutely love it, but I don't know what I'm doing and I'm not that confident. And that's what I've put this show together for, and that's why I've started with these pigment sprays, because I like the idea of having a product that's easy to use, that's clean, that works on everything and works as a job, and that I can achieve. So, for example, here's a pair of jeans I did on air.
Wow.
So I actually did these on a show a couple of years ago. They've been washed twice.
And the colour, the intensity.
The colour is still intense and bright. And what I love about these is, if you do like playing with fabric, if you like playing with things like the apron behind, they will give you that bright, intense colour. But the other flip side is, if you use these on paper and card, it's like you've got a load of pigment spray inks as well for paper and card. Absolutely. So it's one product that does everything. So the same lady who did this, who did samples for you, the lovely Archangel.
Big kiss to you.
But you see the colour intensity you're getting there. That is with the pigment sprays on paper. If you then see the actual apron you've got behind you, that's the intensity you're getting on fabric.
Wow. Look at that vibrancy, those beautiful rainbow of colors, those reds, those pink, absolutely stunning. Now, if you go for this bundle, remember you are getting 8 different, oops, sorry, didn't mean to walk into the shot. Now, of course, all 8 of them, you have 10% of the stock gone for them. Very busy, £33.99 is your price, 522, 223 is your item number. Now, if just the top row is what is calling your name, you can have them. Now, this set is £16.99. It's brand new today. You are getting the Avacynth, the Coal, the Grey, and the Eucalyptus. There you have them. They are pigment made in France as well, which means that, of course, is European made. Right, if you want it, you can have it. 321848 is your item number. Now, we have something that I think is really, really fun, and it is a lucky dip. You are going to get 6 beautiful colors that they are hand-pegged. Shall we tell the story? You tell about it,
Well,
John.
basically, there are 2 ladies, Jane, who you know very well, I know very well, who is Mrs. Crafts too.
Yeah.
and Penny and Linda, so the three ladies. They hand pack all of these. I think one of the things people don't realise sometimes about crafts too, it is a small family company.
It is, yeah.
I know a lot of people say that. We're talking 5 people, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, husband, wife, son, and 2 friends. They will pick all of these, and because all 3 of them are crafters,
that's a very good
Jane,
point.
Penny and Linda, they will pick you 6 colours that will work together but are different. You're not going to get what you get from a factory pick, where you're going to get, right, we're starting with the brown and the black box, so everyone no, they will just pick 6 randomly, but make sure they're pretty for you.
Yeah. And you have other £6 saving as well, so you are paying £14.99 for them. And also, I love that you know that they are crafters selecting the colours. You know also that they are going to be, you know what I will say this, if you want to experiment, to learn about products, it's better to do it when it's something that it's kind of selected to work together, but you're not attached to them.
Exactly. I'm terrible for picking, when I'm asked to pick colours, and people often email me, this is why I want to do the show, and say, what colours would you have first? Yeah. Well, I go, well, the colours I like, and then I go for all blues and greens. Yeah. And maybe a purple, so everything looks the same. The thought of having 6 of these that will be, you're not choosing them, play with them, use them. It's a great way to introduce colour. I mean, this is painting onto fabric with them. Wow. If you pick up the one on your right...
You did that, didn't you?
Sorry?
You did that
I did that, yeah, I painted that. Again, painting on fabric with them. Yeah. Yeah, but these are brilliant because they are actually water-based, use a water brush, but they are permanent on any surface. So the next sample is actually on acetate. Oh, let's have... It's actually painted. Now, this was made using the ones with the brush in. This is the earlier version with the dropper. Yeah. But all of that is painted with these onto acetate.
Which
so these
is
will work,
crazy.
Yeah. Water-based product that works on acetate and metal.
I mean, can we show how they come? Because also, what I love about these ones is the fact they come in droplets. So then we can bring in the viscosity. Look at that. Look at the vibrancy here. Now, and then we can mix them up, right?
You can mix them, you can add water to them, you can mix them to make other colours, you can pick them up with a water brush. Under those 2 ones on your right with the fabric, the 2 hoops, there's one actually painted directly onto metal. Oh, yeah. So see,
I'll tell what happened, right? When I was going through the samples, I thought, this has been mislaid. That, for sure, my brain said, don't show this sample because that cannot be done with...
Yes, it can. That was done with metal straight onto them. Because it is a permanent... This is the great thing about Izink, and it's why I'm sort of always champion what they've done in the past, is because everything is designed to work on metal, plastic, wherever possible, work on everything. So if you want to have a bit of a play, this is the perfect one to try with your
Right,
colour.
you need to get this. I mean, with a £6 saving, the fact that this unlucky tip is placed in your favour, you will get 6 that coordinate. They will be picked by one of 3 crafters at Crafts2 that put things together. Also, can I say that Jane and Penny, I have known them for probably 19 years or something like this. And I know they are such true crafters as well. They know what we want together, so you know that you are going to get the colors that is going to work for you, and they're going to allow you to explore those possibilities. £14.99 is your price, saving £6. 597118 is your item number. Then we have also the paints. We have got the deco nature deco. The right words order.
Yes.
Spanish.
You can go either way, to be honest, because I think they call them deco nature paints in France.
This is what
they change them round all the time.
They do, because of course Romanic languages, we change the order. Anyway, you are getting 17 beautiful colors. Can you tell us a little bit about nature deco paints?
What the difference is with these is, and this is one of the things that I absolutely love. First of all, they're in the pouch. The pouch is 100% recyclable. Wow. So it uses 80% less packaging than you have in a standard paint.
That's fabulous.
Right? So you know you get little plastic bottles. Yep. These use 80% less packaging. They're normally 25 or 50 ml, you're getting 80 ml. Wow. So for a start, the whole packaging is so much better, and it's so easy to use because it is literally, I'm not going to pretend, it's an apple juice container. That's what it is. Oh, you know the kids' drinks? That's what they've done. They've repurposed something already on the market, which first of all is cheaper. But the paint inside, now, They say on them 80% nature.
Yeah.
What that actually means is that 80% of the ingredients in here are natural.
Right.
Now, I happen to know that in everything but the black,
Yeah.
they are 98% natural.
Right.
But the black, because the intensity of pigment,
Yep.
has to have a little bit of chemical added in to
Yep.
stabilise it. So the black is only 80%. So they will only package them all as 80, even though everything but the black is actually 98% natural, which means
Wow.
that you can, with full conscience,
Yeah.
wash your palette and wash your brushes down the sink.
And nothing. Oh,
Because it's
absolutely.
natural.
Yeah.
Because the difference is, this is like having, you know, chalk paints?
Yeah.
We know chalk paints, we know gouaches, we know things like that. It's a beautiful, smooth go on. And they are all mixed. So you get an oil paint, it's mixed with oil.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get a chalk paint, it's mixed with an acrylic or a PVA.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are actually mixed with hemp oil.
Oh, I see.
So this is actually mixed. The actual base of this, the pigment, is added to hemp oil. That's
Wow.
what makes it natural, but it's what gives it this absolutely beautiful flow. And I just want to show you this. This is MDF. Yeah?
Yeah.
This is one of Ali Reeves' palette art, so
Yeah.
it's not been prepped or done or anything. We were actually watching her last night.
Last
We
night,
were.
yeah, she was.
But if you look there, no gesso,
Wow.
one coat, straight on.
That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
because it's so good. I love this stuff.
A quarter of the stock already gone. You have got an amazing £20 saving. Freedom members only that say to, and oh no, sorry, Freedom members you have got a further 10%, which means it's £26 saving. Now that means that I mean, it's worth becoming a Freedom member for that. Yeah, absolutely is. And then because you don't pay P&P then. But you can see all those different colors that you are getting, all the different ways that you can mix it. You also are getting some metallics in there in the bundle. And you can, and I love this metallic. It's just a very sophisticated luster.
It is. It's very, very fine mica that they've added. But all of these are actually, apart from the copper, that star and all the other bits, all the other samples like that, were done by Sam in one coat.
Wow.
Straight onto MDF, and they weren't primed.
Wow.
We didn't gesso them. But so you see the intensity of the colour.
I mean, I'm going to say that's the original. Look at the color. Usually it dulls them up a little bit,
It
so you
does.
have to do a second
and
coat.
these are actually now, I would say, 2 years old.
Wow.
These samples, and they've been kept outside in Sally, my sample shed.
Yes.
Which is my metal shed in my garden. So these haven't been cared for or looked after.
Wow.
But you see how well, and a great thing about them is because they're so natural as well, if you're wanting to paint, say on the walls in a kid's room, or you're wanting to paint, there's a little wooden chest there
Yeah,
that
let me
actually
grab it.
Sam painted.
Yeah.
But that is safe. It's non-toxic, there's no lead, there's nothing in there. So again, it's so much safer for kids' rooms and things like that.
That makes a lovely reason to go for this. You are getting all 17 colors. Remember, if you are a Freedom member, you have got a £26 saving. Now, if you if you want to spread the cost into interest-free payments, £27 is all you are paying as a Freedom member. You are not paying P&P either, but half the stock has gone. Please make sure to check out those baskets. 221794 is your item number. Then we have the Izink color glazes. Now this is by somebody who I admire greatly as well, a Seth After, who is an amazing artist. And this is something that I remember he was so excited when he launched. And can you talk us, John, for anybody who didn't watch Seth, how do they work?
What this is, again, this is something different, but it meets that requirement to me that is a stalwart in most crafters' houses or in your stash. This is permanent, again, on any surface.
Wow.
So paper, card, metal, glass, fabric. It's machine washable on fabric.
What?
Yeah.
Look at that.
So that has been washed. That's done through a stencil on a baby grow. That's been washed.
No.
Yeah, that's using 2 or 3 colours. Yeah, it gives you a beautiful raised glaze look, but it works on any product. Wow. But what's so different about it is we used to texture paste, aren't we? You know, thick, gloopy, we use them.
Yeah.
You don't see me using them a lot because I don't like the mess, as everyone knows. These are so neat. You would never imagine that that card is made with the same product as was on that T-shirt or on that baby grow.
Can I ask, is this as well done with
There is a video I did to do this for Hachanda. Now, this is actually an acrylic pour using Craft Artist PVA glue, water and ice. That's it.
Wow.
So you mix the translucent glaze in with water and PVA glue. I use the Craft Artist, but another PVA glue will probably work as well, to be honest.
Wow.
And then you just fill up a cup and do an acrylic pour with it. So,
look at that.
And it dries within an hour, rather than rather than overnight.
Really?
But you can just get so many different effects with this.
They are absolutely incredible. If you want to go for the Izink Ice Color Glaze Complete Collection, 18 of these pouches have gone. Now you have got a £10 saving, so you £88.94 is your price. You can of course spread the cost, but not into two, but into three, flexi buy options. So you are saving £10. So that means that you are only paying £29.65 with, of course, you don't pay PMP if you're a Freedom member. 156852, and of course if you go for this and you flexi buy it, you can add other stuff like you will find on the website, thecraftstore.com. You can find all those different elements in there, including stencils as well that we have got. But they are the Craft Artist glue, which John was just mentioning. We have got that on the show as well. We have got the guillotines, which I'm now a big fan of them. I got them the other week, and they are really, really good. And the trimmer as well. My combination always is to go for the long trimmer and the 8.5-inch guillotine. That duo works really, really well. So if you have got all, and look at the prices, £9.99 for them, or £21.98 for all, that absolutely. And remember that if you have gone for the eyes, you have got a flexi basket option, so you can put all these elements into it. Now we have got an stencil bundle that you can use with the Izinks as well. Oh, this one flies. Shall I go down? I'm gonna go there. Oopsie doopsie. We try to put it up, but it's just kind of, let's put it there. Don't know if it's, let's leave it there. Right, so this is the bundle of stencils that you have for you. Now, look at that saving, £40 saving. $9.99 is your price. Now, it's a Fiskars bundle. You are getting 10 in total, 10 stencils in here. It will be assorted sizes and assorted designs. You have got frames, you have got all sorts of different elements, but $9.99 is the price. And now, of course, you can use your texture page, you can use your different elements, you can emboss them. And that means that any of these elements will work at 99p, because of course you are getting 10, including the large one.
Well, you actually get, inside each stencil pack of these, you get 2 stencils.
Oh,
because these were designed, do you remember, for the shape boss?
Yes, absolutely.
So you have one to go underneath and one to go on top. So in actual fact, there's a duplicate of each stencil in each pack. So each pack contains 2 of the same. One clear, one sort of opaque, which is really useful if you're doing the spraying and things like me and you forget to clean things.
Right, absolutely.
Which I do.
And also it means that if you want to do projects, like you have to do like several ones, and you need to let it you then go back and add a little bit of color, then you discuss these ones will be perfect for that. Now remember, you are getting 10 stencils in total for $9.99, 341-742, but I would be quick to check out my baskets because we are incredibly busy for these ones. A quarter of the stock has already gone. Make sure to check out your baskets. Do remember thecraftstore.com. They're flying. So please, that's what my producer said. It's like they're approaching half the stock has gone. Please make sure to check out your baskets. Right now, John, are you ready? I think so, yes. I've got lots and lots of bits to try. What I wanted to do was, so many people have said to me about making backgrounds, using colour, using pattern. And again, we see some of the experts and they're sat there and they're blending all these different, and it's, first of all, I'm not that good at it. Okay. And secondly, I think that's an understatement. It's something that Charmaine from Dolly Dimples said to me a couple of days ago. She said that people love bright colour and things, she said, but they don't want the mess. Yes. So I was going to use the sprays. By the way, I didn't mean an understatement. I think that you're being very humble about yourself. No, I'm not. Trust me. But I genuinely like easy, and I want things to have that really good effect, but I don't want to spend hours at them. Yeah. Which is what I appreciate. So I've got the water media mat down. Okay. If you haven't got this,
I would, do you know, normally I say why not, because this was my product of last year. I know you loved it.
I loved it.
Just use a matte, but because of the lip, it makes it a lot easier. But all I'm going to do is, the intensity, now the difference with these is, these will work on the fabric. We know that, that's perfect. I'll show you that in a minute. But these are pigment. Most sprays that you buy are dye-based, which means that they're translucent.
Yeah.
So this is almost like having distress oxide sprays.
Yeah.
Because these are pigment-based, but that work on fabric and other things as well.
That's amazing. Oh,
so,
look at those colours.
That's all I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Literally, I'm making a mess. Yeah? I'm going to go down with a piece of paper and pick that up. And there's my first.
Oh, I love that. Look at that.
Yeah?
Love that.
And I've got a couple of drips, so I'm just going to press it down on my mat. But that is now virtually dry.
Oh, look at that.
But you see the pigments. But of course, I've still got some bits left, so let's grab some more paper.
Yeah.
And let's just pick up
Approaching half the stock
what's
for
left.
this bundle.
But it's
Very
self-cleaning.
Yeah.
And this is what I love. So even though it's opaque, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah? Now, okay, so we've got that, we've got a nice background, but what could we do with it? And I'm not going to go and show each stage, because the idea is to show you the backgrounds, but that's how that's done.
Right.
You see there? Yeah? Look at the difference when we stamp over it. You've actually got a card under the hexagon card.
Yeah.
Made, so underneath, the one underneath that one, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. That one?
That's actually made with it. And that's exactly how, so that's how it comes out finished.
Gorgeous. So then we can stamp on top of it.
Yeah, so what I'll do is I will stamp just to show you. I'm going to stamp the butterflies on it, but we've got there, you know, a really quick, simple background, and you might think, oh, well, that is a bit messy for me. How would I bring it into my crafting? And this is, as I say, this is the bit that I love. I've got so many packets and things ready for demos and prep. I think I've had a bit too much time recently.
Half the stock has gone of this pigment spray set. So if you want to make sure to check out your baskets. Now, we also have got the deco, you know, nature paint. They are now limited stock. If you want them, please do check out your baskets with a £20 saving. Once they are gone, you only will be able to get 3 different options from there. You won't be able to get the full bundle. So make sure to check out those baskets.
So all I'm going to do now is just literally, I'm using my, this is my butterfly stamp from a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, I love
go
that
over
one,
the top.
Oh, look at
Suddenly, that starts to make sense. Now I'm going to bring in a pre-done frame.
Yep.
Yeah, easiest way to show you. But then look at that.
Look at that. Yeah. And so you have done at the background very quickly and easily. Then you have brought in a stamping, and then you kind of make a really clean and simple card. But then you have had the fun of the colours.
You've played with the colours, and if I sort of hold that one up there, you can see. That looks to me as if I've spent hours blending.
Yes,
I've tried to spend hours blending with different colours of ink. Yeah, and I only used 3 there. And I actually used eucalyptus, the couture, and I think the dahlia. But you see straight away, that looks as if you spent hours at it. And that's the ease I wanted. But the fab thing is with these, so that's, and you're going to see that frame quite a lot, because I thought that was an easy way to show the effect. So that was it on paper, but of course it works on fabric.
Oh, that's it.
So,
of course, because it's a textile. 2/3 of the stock, they are literally flying. Make sure that you check out your baskets. Now, Art Angel has emailed in. Big hugs to you, Art Angel. She says that she cannot recommend them enough. They are fabulous to work with. She's in words of...
Bless her. She actually made some samples. The apron that you're seeing, you shouldn't actually be seeing until the 25th of April.
Ooh.
Because certain bits aren't used on it, don't launch until then. But the colours that she used the colours on them, and she wasn't asked to. This came through as a sample for sort of next week's shows. And I just grabbed it and went, is that made with the pigment inks? And she went straight back, yeah, of course it is. Can I use it tomorrow? And it literally arrived on Friday for next week. But I love the way she's done it.
Absolutely glorious. Right, if you want your pigment sprays, the details are on the screen. Now 80% of the stock has gone. Make sure that you check out your baskets. We will let you know if any bounce back, but remember 80% of the stock has gone.
Right, so we've shown how it works on paper, and we've shown what we can do with it. And to me, that's enough for me, but what I love about the products is we can use them on other things. So I know that, I know that kids are back at school, but let's face it, it'll only be like 3 weeks until they get another holiday again. So this is a cheap T-shirt. I won't say it's from Primani, so nobody knows, because I normally have to blank out the label, but I didn't. And all I'm going to do is grab it in the middle and twist. This you could do with the kids. Yeah, absolutely. Literally, twist it up, so I've got like a fake rose. I'm going to put that onto my media mat, but if you notice from the spraying earlier, I've not got any around the table. Right, because I don't need to.
Sorry, John, to interrupt, but we have got some news about it. Now, they have technically sold out. Now, as a set of 8. Now, if you have it in your baskets and you check out your baskets, you will get them. However, if you are not checking out your baskets, the auto refresh. However, if you're watching and you wanted to experience the spray pigment inks, you can, but you can go. The only thing available is the set of 4. You are getting Absinthe, Coal, Grey and Eucalyptus, all 4 of them for £16.99.
So all I've done is sprayed those colours around randomly. And actually, this is the weird thing. That is dry. Wow. They're not a fast drying, but that. Yeah. So what I can actually do, because I'll show you the other 4 colours, I'm going to turn it over and do the other side, just to show you what I did. So you see, just a swirl. Yeah. This time I'm going to go outwards, so I'm going to go with the intense colour. I think this is the eucalyptus. Then I'm going to go with the absinthe. Love this colour. Now, these aren't like the normal droppers that the sprays, because these are pigment, they have to have a special chemical in them. So you may find, unlike the normalising sprays, these may start to clog a little bit. Right. You just rinse it out. It's only because they have to use a thick binder in there. I'm going to go grey.
Well, I mean, grey is.
Good. Have you seen the sides of my hair?
Well, I mean, have you seen mine?
I've actually got my. I've actually booked to have mine colour for the first time.
Really?
Well, first time since I was a kid. Oh, great! And my black.
I'm quite proud of mine. I call them the silver linings of
I quite like mine. It's very distinguished. You can't see because I haven't shaved off, but it's all literally white all down the sides. But then when I open this one out, you'll see. That's the back.
Look at how cool is that! And of course, if we heat set it, you can wash it.
Yeah, all you do is iron it, and then you can wash it. The 2 behind me.
I love that.
So that's the bright colour. Yeah. Really simple. If I grab this one. This one was done, again, the same technique. And that's been washed twice.
Wow.
But the great thing is how soft. It doesn't go hard or anything. So if you want to do it for silk painting or anything, perfect. But again, what's something to do that we can let the kids play with our craft stuff without worrying? So if you have got, although to be honest, I'm just a big kid and did this. I actually took a towel and made it into a rainbow towel last summer when it was really bright with them.
If we are using our own quilting cotton, plain old, you know, we have got like for Fabric Freedom, for instance, that's those massive pieces of cotton. We could do those ones as well.
You could do those as well.
Do quilting fabric.
Make your own quilting fabric out of it. All you have to do, instructions are on there, is basically, it says to leave it to dry. I don't quite get this. It says leave it to dry for 6 hours. So you leave it to dry for 6 hours, and then you heat set it and iron it, to be fair. But you've got a bag there that's sanded. This is one sanded. He's actually embroidered over the top. So this is plain quilting cotton. He's embroidered over the top, and he washed this, and he let all the colours run together before he did it. And he just ironed it. And there's also, you've got a bag.
A bag,
a big bag. That's the one. You can tell that's one of Sam's with all the splashes and everything, bless him. But he did this, left it for an hour in the sun, ironed it, and then he's embroidered over the top.
Wow. I mean, of course, Sam, like our producer says, like, oh, he can embroider as well. Sam,
But
you
he's
are
invented
a jewel.
his own. This is a Sam's French knot. He uses 12 strands and makes a massive knot out of it. It's all made with his own French knots.
Wow!
But how well it works on that background.
Sam French knots are the biggest I have ever seen. Well done, you, Sam.
But you see there how well we can do a beautiful T-shirt really simply. And the kids can do that. We can do tie-dyeing. We can do the ice cube trick. You can do all that. But also, you can make yourself nice, pretty cards and flowers with it as well.
So basically, it takes so many boxes. It's the versatility, it's the color, it's the fact that it's heat set, and then once it's heat set, you can wash as well. There is so many possibilities, right? Of course, we have got lots more on the show, and we are going to come back to, of course, to John in a second, but we have got some news about deco, nature deco paints. Now the big bundle has now gone. If you have it in your baskets and you check out right now, you might get it. However, remember that the baskets are out to refresh every 10 minutes. We have 3 different bundles for you now left. Now, of course, they are smaller bundles and they are not as complete as the previous ones. If you like pastel, if you like some vintage shabby chic, this is for you. White taupe, water green, and glacier blue. You are getting all 4 of them. Remember the nature deco paints. These ones will be 99% nature, £16.99. I love that they are made out with hemp oil. The next set we have for you is the rose rose boudoir.
Bedroom rose.
Yeah, bedroom rose. Yeah. Coral pink. You know, I love it when you talk like that. Bordeaux and lemon.
Je suis parlé un petit français, mademoiselle.
Keep doing that. 122712. Actually, I just like English accent. That's what does for me. Anyway, then at the bottom. You have got at the bottom, which is the black turquoise, jungle green, and blood orange. Oh, love that green and that turquoise and that black and that blood orange. Now, the item number is 615014. That is the item number. Now, of course, you know, the yell will come in a second. So, now, John. Back to you. Right,
what I wanted to do is, this is a box I actually made with some pieces I bought from Leblanche, yeah? So, but this uses my favourite technique with these paints, which is like giving you an old weathered wood look. Now, I know TV sort of bleaches out a lot of the colour, so if I actually take that out, you might see a bit better. But it gives you that real old weathered wood look. And the thing I love about them is they've got that beautiful sheen and work.
Yeah.
It's totally smooth, so we can stencil and stamp over the top. Just like that. But it's great for dry brushing. But the other thing is, it doesn't smell.
It doesn't.
Because it's made with the hemp oil, it doesn't smell. And a lot of the smells of paints genuinely put me off. So I've got here, if you were anything like me, then you went and bought a lot of these Leblanche boxes when they were on offer, and I bought quite a lot of them. So I've got one of these in a smaller size, and I'm going to use a mixture. So I'm going to start with the blank, which is the white, which is in, I think, one of the sets together.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to use a little bit of the taupe. And I'm just going to use those to start with. So these all 4, I think, are from the same collection.
Yes, they are.
Really nice colours. Now, don't ever wash my brushes particularly well, so just make sure it's a little bit flexible. I bought a brand new set and then used one and then not washed it properly. Oh. So this is really, because they've been made with they're like an oil paint, but they're a water-based oil paint. Again, something that you shouldn't, it shouldn't be possible.
Yeah, it shouldn't be possible.
This is the thing that amazes me. These things shouldn't be possible. So we've got almost the consistency and the thickness of an oil paint, but it's water-based. So what I can do is I'm just working some into there onto my brush, and then I'm just dry brushing across. But can you see the cover edge?
Oh, I love that.
Straight over. Yeah, nothing else. Then onto the brown or the taupe colour. Same idea, mixing them in together. Yeah? Yeah. So there I've got now starting to look weathered wood.
Right, they do.
Yeah? So now I can actually introduce some colour, or the fab thing is that bit there is dry.
That's fabulous.
Because they're an oil paint. It's weird. This a water-based oil paint just shouldn't be
I was
possible.
trying to think why it could be possible, but then of course, water-based products have to have a binder, right?
Yes.
So I guess if their binder is oil, in this case, then that's how it does. But of course, oil paints are, the binder and the carry is the same. So this is why it kind of blows my mind, because it's like kind of, it's just incredible.
Yeah, I mean, you're known, I think, here for the Hachanda expert on inks and,
Well,
you know, and things like that. You know a lot about them, but
it's just incredible.
to find you sort of, you going, oh, no, that's not, and it does blow your mind. It does, but it's the properties of what they've got. So that top now is virtually dry.
Because...
So now I'm going to choose, I'm going to go with the green just to age it up a little bit more.
I mean, my brain is now processing, and it makes sense now. I understand why it is, but one of the questions is why nobody else thought about it before?
I don't know, to be honest. I think it's because the French really wanted natural. They wanted to be able to, because they know no matter what we say at home, and we say that we're good,
yeah.
we wash our brushes down the sink, and we wash the bits of paint that are left down the sink. We say we don't, but we do.
Yeah.
So I think they wanted to sort of get over that issue,
absolutely.
to be honest. But I'm just, again, I mean, the Media Mat makes it easier because when I want to dry brush, I don't want to load. If I load the brush, let's show you, yeah, there, I get that even coverage.
Yeah.
Once I've worked that off, then it will just, like dry brush, the brush is partially dry. So all I'm doing here is just working the paint, yeah, in both directions to spread it out so that when I drag over, it only picks up little bits. Now, I probably didn't choose the right colours to use on TV, but you can see that it's like you've sanded it back.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if we can get that colour. There we go. If you can see there, it's like we've sanded back a piece of old wood.
Look at that.
But of course we haven't, we've just let the paint do it. But doesn't that look as if it's lumpy and bumpy?
It does.
Yeah, no, that's completely smooth, because it's the texture of it.
It looks like you have done a crackle, sort of a thin crackle. You just, you know, stages, let it dry, then come back later.
It looks like I've taken, basically, I've painted it one colour, and then I put a crackle glaze on it and waited 15, 20 minutes, and I put another glaze on top, wait 15. I'm too impatient.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it. So I'm doing the same with the light blue. This time, I'm just going to, again, work it onto my brush.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm actually working the paint onto my brush rather than loading my brush. And then I'm going to drag from the side and from the base.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then down the side, just to give it a little bit of an edge, and then just work some over. And that looks, to me, that's got a real look of like a French painted panel.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
But we can even, which I know is difficult normally with paints, we can stencil with this.
Oh.
Now, normally with paints, it's quite difficult to do, so I'm just, right in front of me, of course.
Right in front, yeah.
And I'm not waiting for it to dry, so I'm actually going to go with this little, this is a leaf stencil from Nellie Snellen, which I think you had on a Freedom thing, or I've had it on a show. Right. I'm just going to put it down, not a problem. And this is Crafts 2, standard sponge sort of dauber. Yeah. So, shall I go for a different colour so that it shows up a little bit more?
Yes, could you go for...
What colour would you like me to go with, Paola?
I do like the green, the bottom option, which has got the turquoise and the green. Yeah, that's what I got.
Okay, there we go. So the same again. But you can see when I love a product because they're nearly empty. So I will use it all the time.
Okay, yeah.
And you see that. Ooh. But again, there's no wastage in this.
No.
So all I'm going to do is, again, take some out.
Yeah.
So you know how fine this is.
Yeah. On
the sponge. Just through. Because it's water-based, but it's oil,
right.
It doesn't run like a water-based paint would. Yeah, so straight on.
Oh. Look at that.
So let's put in a different place. Let's have a little bit more on the corner.
And could you mix, because it's water-based, so could you, for instance, if you have pigments, say like loose pigment, mica,
yeah.
or maybe your mica artist, could you put a little...
You could put a little bit of your craft artist mica magic with it, or put something else with it. And again, now that's obviously got a little bit of a coating.
Yeah.
Now, because again it's natural,
yeah.
you don't worry about heat drying it. You're not going to give off any chemicals. I know it sounds weird, but I do think about these things. I know when my parents used to decorate my bedroom, they used to send me off with my nan to Blackpool for a week.
Really?
Because the fumes of the paint affected me that badly with headaches and chest.
That's a very good point.
That I could hardly be in the house. Yeah. So I've always been very, I mean, Sam says that's why I've got really sensitive skin now to things. Oh. Which again is why I'm not bothered. These don't bother me, whereas a lot of things do. But again, we could go on and just finish it off. But I can then take another colour. Let's go with the brown. And let's add a little bit more on. But again, all just with the same paints, all natural, so they're not, doesn't matter where you put them with or where you move them to. And you can mix them together. Yeah. So I can then make my own colour.
Right.
And just go through and on the stencil. There we go. So
there it is.
I've got then all that sort of, that looks like a lot of texture and a lot of, you know, detail.
It does, layers, yeah.
But it's not, because once that's dry, I'll give it a quick blast dry.
And it's nothing...
It will actually be completely smooth.
Really lovely. Now, of course, Nature Deco 4-paint set, the black, the turquoise, the jungle green and blood orange, £16.99. What do you get? The colours here, they are all 4 of them. Remember, this is a paint that is kind of a hybrid, I would say, between an acrylic paint and an oil-based paint. It's water-based like an acrylic paint, but it's oil in the sense that it kind of is the binder. Therefore, and remember, it's not oil like an oil paint. This is completely washable down the sinks because it's very, very, well, 80% nature created. £16.99 actually is more than that, but you know, let's not say it about the fine detail. 80%.
Just the 80%.
Absolutely. Now the stencil bundle. Now you are saving £40. You are getting 10 stencils in total for just £9.99. Well, it is limited stock. If you have it in your baskets, please do check out those baskets. Otherwise, you might miss out. 341742 is your item number. We have also the ice glaze. Now, Izink ice color glaze complete collection. Now, this complete collection consists of 18 80ml pouches. You have got a £10 saving. £88.94 is your price, and you're getting all of them. Fabulous medium. You have a flexi-buy option too as well, which is not 2 but 3 interest-free payments, which means that once that you open that basket, you can add other elements into it and split the cost as well. £10 saving. 156852 is your item number. Now, the icing droppers. Now, remember, this is a lucky tip. You are going to get 6 colors selected by one of the crafters at Crafts 2 that kind of pulls everything together. Now, they are fabulous crafters, so they know as what we need, what sort of colors go together, how you're going to experience the joy of blending them together as well. Very busy for this. You have got a £6 saving, so you are just paying £14.99. If you're a Freedom member, you don't pay PMP, so it makes it, you know, you don't have to pay PMP. That makes sense to go for that. Now, if I was me, you know what, I'll say, if I was picking, I like to have cool colors and warm colors. So there is a mix. However, I'm the sort of person that I always tend to go, and you would be surprised, when I kind of craft, I tend to go to a lot of pinks, yellows and blues. That's kind of my mix. However, this is why I think a lucky dip works really well. It's because then you have got the opportunity to play with other colors that you naturally are not drawn to. And then you discover different colors. When I was a kid, I hated pink. I never used pink. I was a little girl. Always red has been my favorite color. I always have been drawn to red, blues as well. Green, not so much. Crafting wise, the colors I use the most is pink, green, yellow, and then a blue, but not as much. So, but that was because I had to use pinks and greens at the beginning here in the UK. And then I got, wow. So you discover different ways of playing, and this is why a lucky dip makes a lot of sense for you as a crafter. £14.99 is your price, saving £6. And John, so ready for the next demo?
Right, I thought I should show you something with the droppers. So
Ooh.
I'm going to have to, I thought I'd brought another one of these, but I haven't.
Ooh.
So I'm going to roll this up,
Yeah.
and I'm going to put it magically at the end of my bench.
And then somebody magically...
And then it might magically reappear with some of the paint washed off it. At home, at home I have two.
Yeah.
And I have a third one from my case.
I'm not surprised.
And it goes in the dishwasher. That's what I love about it. Oh, do you know what I tell you? It's dishwasher safe. That's how you clean it. You take it in, stick it in the dishwasher. Yeah.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, I'm very, when I got my new house, one of the things that I love the most is that it has got a dishwasher.
Yeah, but we've been in our house 2 years and we're already on our second dishwasher.
Ooh. Well.
And this one looks as if it was starting to go, and I said, Sam, right, we're ordering another dishwasher. It's like, no! I'm like, I'm not being without a dishwasher.
No, absolutely
So I'll
not.
put a bit of white card down so you can see. Now, I'm going to use the droppers. And this is one of my favourite techniques. I know I've done this loads, but if you haven't seen it before, this to me is just magical.
Yeah.
Now, do you remember Sheena's coating crystal technique?
Yes.
From years ago. And what you had to do was, you basically put a layer of polish down, and then you put ink colours into it, then you put glitter into it, then you put tissue paper over the top, and you left it to dry.
Right, yeah.
And by the time I'd actually put the polish down, I think I would have lost the will. Beautiful, but I wanted a cheats way. So this is my cheats way of doing it. So I've grabbed these randomly. Now, what the difference between these and the ones with the brush on is these have a glass dropper.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. So what it does mean is that sometimes, and it can happen when you get them and you've got them home, is because that's glass, and the reason it's glass is these bottles are fully recyclable.
Right.
And that's what they wanted. To be honest, don't wash them out and reuse them.
Okay.
Because they're solid glass. So you may find a little bit of it dries at the bottom of the dropper. Just pop the dropper in a glass of warm water, and it'll just dissolve away.
Okay.
But these are still permanent on acetate.
Right.
So here, I've got just normal acetate.
Okay.
And I'm just going to, oh, that doesn't work, that one's empty. See how much I've used
Maybe
these.
one that, but that shows that you have loved that one.
Yeah, I'm going random, and yellow's not a colour you'd normally see, but for this is what's so fab about getting a random mixed set.
Yeah.
So, but you're getting pure pigment.
This is amazing.
And again, you can let these down with water.
I just find it still, my mind is kind of, again, this is an hour of, I think it's blowing up people's mind because all the chemistry behind this must be magical. And we have got another hour. Remember, this is a double session of the lockers. Yeah, now we will have a 5-minute break, not for us, but you at home can get a cup of tea.
So, just going to add, so I've used 4 colours, I think it is.
Okay.
Yeah? So that's to start with. Yeah. Put it down onto acetate, and then put your next one on top, and you get what I call the squashed Haribo.
Yeah.
So it looks like if you've got sweets in the back of your car that have melted, take your nails, merge them together.
Yeah.
But you see how clean that is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then all you do is lift and pull.
Wow.
Now, so there is your background.
Right.
Yeah. But these are pigment ink, aren't they?
Yeah.
So I want to try and get that sort of coating crystal look.
Right.
So here I've got, this is glitter embossing powder from Izink.
Right, yeah.
So because it's pigment, of course, embossing powder sticks to it.
Wow.
So I can put glitter embossing powder on.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course then I can heat set it.
Of course.
So all of this waiting overnight.
Yeah. Would it become, so would you ever be able to do like a skin with it? Like kind of peel it off from the acetate?
You can't because it's permanent on the acetate.
Oh.
Because it's permanent on plastic, metal and glass.
Yeah, sorry.
It won't actually form a skin on anything. It will actually adhere to the surface.
Which is mind-blowing.
Yeah, because it shouldn't.
It shouldn't.
It should not work.
It should not work.
It really shouldn't. But this is a great, you know, way to do it. And that's why we put this as a lucky dip, so you could do this. Now, I've not used my normal heat acetate because we're completely out. We're waiting for some more to come in for, because I've got a new technique using it with the Kaleido, so.
Yeah.
Actually, you could do this and then foil over the top, couldn't you? You could stamp and foil over with that.
Right.
So, can you see how it's, the embossing powder is setting?
Right, yeah.
So, there we go. But that is now, there we go. So that's now dry. Yeah, oh no.
No,
I always do that, get a bit that's not.
It's not, it's a little bit more dry.
But that will, yeah. I didn't choose the right acetate. I knew I hadn't.
Well, it looks a little bit of kind of natural.
So there I've got that.
Yeah.
So that's dry. The other side.
Oh. So it does have a different look.
It has a completely different look.
Yeah.
So we've got that, okay? So what I'm going to do again is, I'm going to bring my frame in.
Yeah.
So for a start, let's just move that piece out. So you could leave that to naturally dry, and I could leave that one to naturally dry, although some of it is dry. And I want to show you this. Take a little bit of sponge. This is a fake natural sponge.
Yeah.
Because that's from the 99p plus a penny shop.
Oh, right.
Not the, I'm not paying. Have you seen how much they are for the natural ones?
No, I don't.
And they are animals as well.
Oh,
so,
of course.
Yeah. But they're, okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't wash off.
Wow.
Yeah, you pay an absolute fortune for the sort of true ones.
Yeah.
So, okay, so that's all fixed now and done. So, I'm going to take my frame.
Yes.
And we'll actually, we'll do it this time.
Oh,
we'll
let's do it. Let's do it.
So I'm just going to take a little bit of the foam off, and I've just made this in, I showed you how to do this in the first Lockers Crafts.
Okay.
No, last month's Lockers Crafts too.
Okay.
Show, which was all about framing.
So you will be able to find that online?
You'll find that on Rewind, and you'll also
Rewind.
find it on the John Next Door YouTube channel.
Absolutely.
Because we add all the shows onto there. You'll also be able to find the Miss P shows.
Oh, yes, I
are on there now. So there we go. Great, okay, we've got a really nice background.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but light will come through it.
Absolutely.
So if I take some lights.
Oh,
okay,
look at that.
And this is how I get asked this loads, how do you fix lights in? And if something is difficult, I cheat. Mm-hmm. So all I do is use foam tape. So just put, all I'll do is two sides, because I know we're running short on time in the first hour. Okay. So I've got a bit there, so I might as well. Okay, so all I do is reveal the foam tape. Yeah. Yeah, because this is a super sticky. Take my battery pack and stick that on. Always turn them on first. Make sure they're working.
They're working, that's a good point, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and then I just wind them between the foam tape.
Oh, right, yeah.
That, to me, fixes them on so much easier than trying to hot glue or glue them down.
Yeah.
So I'm just winding between the foam tape.
Yeah.
Nothing spectacular, okay. Then I can turn that over onto a piece of white card or mirror card.
Right.
Yeah. And then you just undercut it.
Yeah. Don't cut the cable though. That would have been something
that was something I would do first time.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we just switch our light on.
And then, oh, that's so cool. And of course, if you put a die cut or something like that, a silhouette of some flowers or something like that.
Well, you can, but the thing is, what you can actually do is, you can actually die cut this.
Yeah.
So you can actually die cut this itself.
Wow, you can?
You can. So I will show you that. But, there we go, sorry.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Okay, so you can see there where I've got that black splodge.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is one made and die cut as a butterfly.
Wow. Now,
And all you do to die cut it is the trick I was telling you the
Yes,
other
you
day.
did.
But
Which is?
basically, I'll show you here. So
Yes,
what I did was I made a piece of the background.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Right.
This time randomly again. Okay? I put it down. There we go.
Yeah.
Onto a piece of card.
Right.
Yeah. I then put my die on top and die cut into the card. What that does is it cuts all. So I get those almost cut, but look at the background.
Look at that. That's absolutely beautiful.
Okay, but
right. We have got seconds to go.
I get all of these individually. Look how detailed those are.
It's amazing.
Cutting it.
That is incredible. Thank you so much, John. But we are not sending John home just yet. Now, we will be back on 5 minutes and you will see much more of John's demos. But I need to tell you that the Izinks and the droplets, for 40% of the stock, over 40% of the stock has gone. So make sure to check out those baskets. We'll be back in 5, but stay tuned for lots more and check out those baskets.